Hello and welcome to this Hustle Castle video on changes you as a community want to see, and then finishing off with a couple of things that I would like to see change as well. This video should have come out a little sooner, but because of Christmas it was really difficult to get anything done, and I should be back to normal videos now, which is good. So this question, I asked, what do you think Hustle Castle needs to change or add to make the game better in your opinion? I'll be picking the top 3 comments to talk about, so in the future if you want to be a part of things like this, make sure you join the community on the polls or questions just like this one, and then you can vote for what you actually want me to talk about. So starting off with the one with the most likes, fix arena. During multiple events I waste a ticket due to be thrown in with players at 19 million power while I just hit 9 million. Other players have had this issue as well. I have encountered this at Throne Room 5, I'm now Throne Room 11. So this has been a major problem throughout Hustle Castle, where people would either cheat to be in your bracket with having weird team levels, or just the matchmaking from Hustle Castle finding players way too strong for you to even beat. A simple option from Hustle Castle's point of view to change how people find fights. If people are below 15 million in power, they shouldn't find anyone stronger than 30% of their team's power, and anyone over 15 million shouldn't face anyone over 20% of their power. That would work out to something like a 10 million power team wouldn't fight anyone more than 13 million. And an 80 million team wouldn't fight someone else that's stronger than 21.6. It's still not perfect, but it's much more ideal than the things we face today, and a downside to this, it would make games harder to find, but if they decrease the total players down to 9, then this would help with this, and if there was only a slight increase in time, then I think a lot more people would enjoy the arenas. The next comment is in Spanish, but I've translated it on Google and it says this. Hello, perhaps do fewer events, and with so many old sets it will be necessary to have a barracks of at least 10. This is a perfect point of what the game used to be back when I first started playing the game. The game used to have about 1 to 2 months of the break between events, making it feel like it was something you actually wanted to do when they came around. And the donkey used to be non-existent, with no dragon at that time either. It's a perfect saying that less is more, and this used to be the case, but unfortunately, while there are players paying £100 for a single ancient gem or golden passes just to get a little higher in these events, is the pure reason why events are being crammed closer and closer together is because they know that they can make the money off these people. And losing most of the normal players and only keeping people who've played this game for years, or people who just don't mind paying these ridiculous prices. What they need to do is spread out events back how they used to do it before, and only see the donkey and dragon 3 times throughout the year to make it a genuine unique way of getting good rewards, and to stop offering multiple offers just to make as much money as possible. Or this game might not even have enough players to do arenas at the end of this year without waiting stupidly long times for just a really unbalanced match. The third and last comment is, at Slayer I think they need to make the passes cheaper prices and repair the djembe mechanism of selecting players. Passes have always been at that price where it seems okay, but only because they show off all these ridiculously high prices, making you think £9.99 for a silver passes seems okay. But if you do this 5 times over the space of 3 to 4 months, not including premium, goblin or the djembe passes, you could have bought a AAA title game for the same price as 5 events. And again, that's not including premium, which is almost a must anyways when you're doing these sorts of events. The silver pass should come with less starting incentives and only cost $4.99 to access the locked items, because you still need to put in the effort whatever pass you get anyways to get all the things you want. And as for the djembe, the standard pass shouldn't cost more than $2.29, the discounted price of what premium would cost, if they want people to pay for this often just to get some extra legendary gems. When it comes to the mechanics of selecting players, I can see one issue which almost screwed me. I personally go in with all of my tanks, but all 6 tanks for me don't start in my barracks. So what I used to do is drag my 6 tanks to the left of the list, allowing them to start instantly every time I just wanted to go into a djembe. Only problem now is the game won't allow me to drag fighters to where I want them to be, which is a real pain for anyone who wants a setup for their djembe that isn't in their starting barracks for every djembe. The only tip I can give to anyone with a different setup to their barracks, drag everyone down out of the way and then put them in the order that you want. After that you can just play a djembe and select previous squad for the next ones after. This should have been fixed, but I also don't know why this was changed in the first place, so they just need to put it back to how it was and then everything will be okay. That's the best 3 comments I've had this time round, and again, if you want your opinion heard, make sure you get subscribed to see when polls like this come out in the future. I've been talking a lot already, so I'm going to breeze over a couple of things that I think that need changing just before we finish off the video, and stay till the end for an announcement on next week's video. So what do I think that they need to work on first after these other issues? I think firstly they need to unlock a new thing for the clan territories every 3 to 4 months to keep it fresh. Right now if you don't need to do clan bosses and you don't want the marquee sets, then there's no real point for you to visit the clan territories apart for some extra resources and maybe something from the store. Following on from that, the store prices are overpriced and not worth your time to focus on anyway. And territories really do take the whole clan to do, so without help it's just not feasible to get high levels without taking a ridiculously long time. Another issue which I'm sure many people have been noticing is freezing and lagginess of editing clan wars to the point of me just pressing the weakest to the strongest and calling it a day. Thankfully right now we don't have a full clan to deal with, but this still takes ages to organise and it just isn't fun for anyone who wants to give their clan the best chances of winning the clan wars. Second to last issue, alliances need to be removed when deploying in clan wars, gembays and arenas. For me it's unnecessary to see what alliances I have when I've already selected them in the barracks and know who I want to use. The only benefit is after a fight to see why I may have lost to someone, but they can move those alliance icons to that page to compare, but not before. It's just clutter in my opinion. And lastly, which some people might not agree with, but I think premium sets from the marquee and brought forward with the Dark Souls and the Portal should have a slightly higher stats than what they have right now to make them seem worth it over the ordinary sets. They might carry a slight advantage, but not to the point of all that grinding just to get them. Look at the top players who have been top for such a long time, they still use the original sets because they know this works. And if Hustle Castle want people to adopt these more premium sets, they're gonna need to make them slightly better stats than what they are now, nothing crazy, but enough for everyone to know that yes, these are better and that's what I want in the future. And then they can make the original sets as a stepping stone towards them because they're easier to get. Well, that's the end of the video, so please leave a like if you did enjoy this one and share it with a friend who has the same opinions and make more people aware about these changes that need to be made. And make sure you get subscribed as I have a very exciting new video coming out next week on the newest set, the Nameless King set. Hustle Castle have kindly provided me this 6p set for 2 weeks to get my take on it, and after that they'll be taking it back. And that video will be for you next week, so make sure you follow me on Facebook at Slayer999_YT to make sure you don't miss out on that update.